What's going on? Thanks, Bolt. Appreciate you, buddy. Love you, man. Brent, how you doing, man? Appreciate it, Wolf. Thank you. Oh, happy Friday, everybody. We made it through. I'll drink to that. What's going on, Chef? What's up, Mr. Z? Salute. Oh, yeah. I like exciting weeks and weekends. Ohio State. Oh my goodness, the Wolverine set is just going to be ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like you guys you guys don't even know because obviously I'm part of the company. What's going on, Lee? He's on the old hotel Wi-Fi. How's Stockton Con shaping up for you, Lee? Yeah, Brent's going to be there. So I have just committed money and resources to New York Comic Con. The entire DC the Breaker family is going to be at New York Comic Con this year. We will be there. We'll only actually be at the Comic Con for Saturday. Saturday, October, I think it's 9th. But we're going to be in New York Friday night, Saturday at the con, staying Saturday night, and I'm going to drive out at some point midday or mid afternoon Friday. It's a 6.5 to 7 hour drive from Buffalo to New York City. I'm going to give you this information. This is how much information I'm giving out. We're staying at the New Yorker, so if you go to Comic Con, you'll know where to find us, and we can all hang out. I'm expecting Donovan Peoples Jones. Um where is it? Do do do. Is that who I'm thinking of? Yeah, Donovan Peoples Jones. I drafted him. So I'm excited. Actually, I didn't draft him. I actually got him in a trade. Somebody threw him in a trade at the end of like in the middle of last season. And I was like, yeah, I'll take him. He's a young guy. Wide receivers don't blossom till year two. And now like he's the guy to watch. So that toss in wide receiver could be a big time player for me. Yeah, we're driving, so it's not gonna be bad. But I will be there to see Lee and bug him at his booth, try to slow down his progress on any commission work to make his life a living hell. It's the sole purpose of going. I'm going to have my 5-year-old James sit at his booth and be like, "What's that? What's that?" and just like stick his fingers, his probably well chocolate soiled fingers all over the pieces that Lee's trying to do, just to see how patient Lee really is. Listen, God bless Andy Dalton. Lions on Sunday. Wait, this Sunday we are playing the Pittsburgh. We have we have Ben Roethlisberger and company. I don't think the Bills are going to have a problem. I think our defense is going to show out. Going on, Mr. Young. Oh, we're going to beat the Berg. I have no doubt in my mind we'll beat the Berg. So that's it. We're excited. This will be James' first Comic-Con. I don't know what he's going to cosplay as. He's got a couple of really good outfits. He has a basically just shy of a custom-made Jedi set of robes. I gotta see if he still fits. Just opening some superhero Lego blind bags. That's fun. You know, that would be kind of fun for me to do. I never thought of that. I should buy a case of Lego blind bags and open them on camera. That'd be fun. I bet you that would garner some views. Speaking of opening, I have Dan's epic interstellar mystery box to open. So we do have this is the last box. Everything has been sent out. All of you people who have bought them and had them opened, those are already on their way. They went out, I think, 2 days ago. There's 2 that are on their way to Australia because we got fans in Australia. My goodness, so fun fact, Australia right now, due to the lockdown, is not taking first-class mail, only priority mail. So if you have to send something to Australia, wait. it's pricey. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the follow. So yeah, we're chatting. We're back. Oh, I will be taking a lot of megabytes of photos, many gigs of photos. It's my second con. It'll be Melissa's first con and James's first con. So James is definitely going to be cosplaying. I'm probably not. I mean, if Mel wants to, she can. I will probably be just regular DC cosplaying as myself. Yeah, they're still getting hit pretty hard over in the Aussie land. Thanks, Hoss. Appreciate you. Booyah. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm stoked. I haven't the last con I went to was Tampa Con. That's where I hung out with who has serendipitously fallen into my life numerous times. Val Kilmer. While I was waiting in line to meet the only time in my life I've ever been starstruck was meeting Carrie Elwes. And while I was waiting in line for Carrie Elwes, basically Val Kilmer came up to me and started talking to me. And it was funny because I own some of his original artwork. So I actually started talking to him about his artwork, and he was like, whoa, I know that piece. I love that piece. So here I am having a conversation with Val Kilmer. Everybody around us is freaking out. And I'm waiting in line to meet Carrie Elwes. And I'm just casually shooting the crap with Mr. Kilmer. And then he walks away, and I was like, "No, that was cool." And then I walk into Carrie's, Mr. Elwes's tent to get the autograph, and I couldn't even look at the man in the face. By the way, he's beautiful. And he was like, "Hey, are we doing a photo?" I was like, "No, I think you're great." And then I like shuffled off and ran away. It was hilarious. I have done bodyguard work for famous celebrities, A-list celebrities. I have met constant football and hockey players and D through B list actors, and they're just normal people. They just have a profession that's cooler than most of ours. But Cary Elwes, I couldn't even look at the man. I took a brief glance at him and was so awestruck by his beauty and splendor that I was reduced to a tiny sheepling. It was the single most embarrassing celebrity interaction I've ever had, but hilarious in the fact that it happened. I love Cary. Cary has meant a lot to my life growing up. The swashbuckling debonair comedian. Go back and look at just some of his movies. You forget how great Cary is. Here I am calling him Cary like I know him, like we're friends. So, anyway, enough about me. So Brent has a big weekend. He's gonna meet Lee. Gonna hang out with Lee. Lee is gonna be a busy beaver. He's gonna have hand cramps by the end of this week because I'm sure people are gonna be clamoring for his commissions. Who else has got stuff going on this week? I'll be working tomorrow for 5 hours up at the Cider Works. And then Indians game is close. They're only losing 9-2. Hey, listen, baseball is one of those games where it only takes one inning. Actually, it only takes half of an inning. Ice Wolf, I love it. I love it. I was actually there you go. BS Mallart's going to be seeing Lee as well at Stockton Con. I'm on the other side of the country. Honestly, if I lived in California, I'd be visiting Lee all the time. That is true. Lee Cosi was truly Mark Hamill's bodyguard once, too. And he also was glitter bombed by the late, great Carrie Fisher. That is also true. I can't imagine being Mark Hamill's bodyguard to not be a riot. That would just be hilarity. All you would do is be a picture of you and him, and then the caption, hilarity ensued, and that would be the only way you could describe it. There we go. Lee has done it all. Hellbolt says, do you like Nicolas Cage movies? I know where he's going here. Hellbolt is an actor and can be found in Netflix series and movies. The wonderful thing about Twitch and the internet is you never have any idea who's in your chat until they want to DM you and tell you who they are. It's a lot of fun. When I was at my old job, some of the people that were buying into breaks were fairly big names in the world, especially the business world, that people had no idea they were just in the chat hanging out with. Have you seen the movie Pig? Because if you have, you've seen Hellbolt. Now, spoiler alert, Hellbolt is not Nicolas Cage. As he's close, but he's not Nicolas Cage. Honestly, I'd rather have Hellbolt in my movie than Nick Cage. I just imagine Nick Cage would want too much money. And I think I could get a decent price on Hellbolt. And I'm poor. So Lee, um, hey, what's going on, Creepa? Oh, it's all right, dude. We're just chatting. You're not late for anything. There you go, dollar a day. I'd still pay you scale, bud. You've got to be close to your SAG card by now. I'd pay scale to have you on set. Scale. Last I looked, now I haven't been an actor. Well, I mean, once you're an actor, you're always an actor. But I haven't been a working actor in like 11, 12 years. Probably 12 years. And back then, scale was like 861 a day, like $861 a day, just to walk on set with your SAG card, which is the Screen Actors Guild. To walk on set, whether they use you or not, they had to pay you $861 a day. Period. Everyone was clamoring for it, and it was great because depending on where you were, if you were on the East Coast, there were different rules to get your SAG card than you were for the West Coast because it was more difficult to get in the movies on the East Coast. You only needed screen time and or a single line. On the West Coast, you need like an actual named part, and there's little rules to get SAG. Um, I didn't get my SAG card. I got one pink. You had to get I think three pink sheets, which were like the SAG eligible proofs. I have one from a movie that unfortunately was filmed but never saw the light of day. And then I just, decided to go into corporate America instead of being an actor. Though I was given an opportunity. I was told, "Hey, I have an opportunity. Come to California with me. I'll let you stay with me for three months. I can get you a D-rate horror film that'll pay you a few grand, and I'll let you borrow one of my cars. What do you say?" And I cold feet that one. That was basically it. Didn't get an offer after that. Everything else I had to try out for. But I do have I wouldn't say friends, frenemies. I do have one of my old nemesises. Somebody I don't care for very much that was in my old improv troupe. He's doing fairly well. I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't get any hype. What's going on, Pando? How you doing, bud? I don't want to give him any shine or hype, but he's doing fairly well for himself. It bothers me because he's a fake, a liar and a fraud, but is what it is. I decided to live my life authentically. What's going on, Mel? Hello, James. James, by the way, rocking a mohawk because I want to be a cool dad. Let me show you. What's going on, Detroit? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a Fortnite backpack, by the way. Ah, all right, Sean, you did get it. All right, Sean, so I'm going to tell you, listen to this. So, Sean, now, forgive me, everybody, but I'm going to speak directly to Sean here. So, Sean, there's 3 items in there, and they're all made to be used 3 different ways. The wood chips, you know how to use them. I would recommend soaking them in a hard cider as opposed to anything else, because believe me, that's what they're made for. The other one is the authentic hot sauce from the Anchor Bar. Now, it's not the best hot sauce in the world, but it is very Buffalo, considering that's from the place where they were invented. Now, the third item, the big boy, that is something exclusively Buffalo. That is one of my favorite things. That is one of the best kept secrets. Yeah, so chef, the wood chips that I sent him were actually Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. After we used them at the cider company I work with, Blackbird Cider. So those are actually wood chips from Heaven Hill bourbon barrels that were used for flavoring and aging cider. And then once we retired them, they are put into basically a chipper and turned into wood chips. So they already have a little bit of bourbon and cider infused in them. But to activate its full potential, I would soak them in a nice dry cider. So just throwing it out there. But anyway, so Sean, the third item, that is the way that's pronounced is Chevettas. Now, Chevettas is actually the last name of a family here in Buffalo. The Chevettas have created that marinade. Now, what it says on the box is not how you're going to actually use that. What you're going to do, and this is a grilling only type thing, you're going to want to do this on the grill. Get your chicken breast. I highly recommend doing chicken. Get your chicken breast. It could be bone-in or boneless, doesn't matter. You are going to put a generous amount, depending on how much meat you put in there, in a bowl. And you're going to submerge the chicken, or mostly submerge. And it says to do it for like an hour or two before. No, give it at least like 4 or 5 hours. I would sometimes do ours overnight. The vinegar will almost cook the chicken. Like I like it vinegary. So put it in at least 2 to 3 hours. And then you're going to barbecue that. While you're doing it, whatever was left in there, you're going to generously baste the chicken with as you go. Now, because you're using what's in there, you're going to want to make sure it's cooked very well. Chevettas is one of Buffalo's best kept secrets, and I send it to people who I know will appreciate it. There are recipes to make Chevettas at home with yourself that actually have an egg in it. The stuff I gave you doesn't. It doesn't need to be refrigerated after use. But all of those items I gave you are not meant to be used together. Those are 3 completely separate entities that are made, one is for your wings, one is for whatever you want to smoke, and the other one, Chevettas, is just for some grilled chicken. So enjoy those. Those are 3 uniquely and authentic Buffalo items. For those who don't know, Sean is my sugar daddy. Sean has been taking care of me since day one, so I had to try to build a nice one. Oh man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to hear the first time you try the Chevettas. Now, before you have to shake Chevettas, it settles. It takes less than a minute to settle because it's got some very thick items in it. So make sure you give it a solid shake for seconds before you do it, because the instant you set it down, it starts to separate, and you need to give it a good shake. But I can't wait to see your face, man. Chevettas is just on a grill. There's nothing like it. It's got to be grilled. So the Chevettas family created this marinade, and what they do is they have what's called Chevetta barbecue or Chevetta's chicken dinners. And they'll go to like fire halls, churches, local schools, and they'll do Chevetta chicken dinners. And a portion of the proceeds goes usually to wherever it is, the church, so on, so forth. What's going on, Dangle? Yeah, dude, there's only 2 of them in the world. Brent, you got one of them. So they're famous because this stuff is phenomenal, and for a time you could only get it if you went to these Chevetta's chicken barbecues. Eventually they realized that they had a winner on their hands, so they started producing it and putting it in stores. Now, it is a little different in stores than it is live because they do usually use the egg variable live, which makes it even better, but less stable. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited for you to try that. I think you're gonna love it, and you're gonna get an idea of why I'm so fat because of those 3 items. Dangle, happy belated birthday again. Yeah, everybody's stuff should be arriving soon. So Dan still has his box here. When Dan pops in, we'll break that. Once Dan gets his, that'll be it. That'll be the run will be over, and we'll be looking forward to Wolverine, which may have a really cool title that yours truly has put in the hat. And when we pick out of the hat to find out what it's going to be called, I hope mine gets picked because it's a pretty dope name for a run of Wolverine cards. It's pretty basic, but cool anyway. And then we have to start thinking about what we're doing next, which I actually do need to get a hold of my partners and see get us on a Zoom call, figure out what's next. Now that we know that everybody likes what we're doing and we're giving good value out and we're comfortable in where we are with giving of value, it's just a matter of now broadening the horizons and putting more stuff out. Because as quick as we put it together, as quick as you guys buy it. I mean, nothing lasts more than a week, which gives us plenty of time to work on the next one. So I'm excited for doing more. Snicked is trademarked. Okay. I tossed around the Adamantium edition. Ah, yeah, Warwick Davis. We have, I think, a couple of Warwick Davis autos out and available. I think the next set will also have one too. But we're breaking from Star Wars to do the Wolverine set, and then after the Wolverine set, it may be another Star Wars set because I think I made 4 of them when I went out there. But I plan on hopefully sometime soon going back out to Cali and doing some more work. I have not seen the Matrix 4 trailer yet. I've purposefully waited. So normally Friday night is movie and TV show night for our family. But since I'm going live again, we're pushing it off till tomorrow after I get out of work at 5. So tomorrow we'll be watching the latest episode of Ted Lasso. We'll be watching some of the trailers that are coming out. It looked good. I saw like somebody had like a 10-second like little reel going, and I was like, oh, okay. I started to watch. I was like, nope, I got to wait for Mel. But yeah, tomorrow night I'll catch up on all my movies and shows. And I found out Lucifer season 6 is out on Netflix. I don't know if you guys know about Lucifer. Lucifer is a show about the devil, but it's not. Oh, look at you! You just said it. It's not what you think. It's actually a pretty tongue-in-cheek, great show. Melissa was adamantly never going to watch the show Lucifer until it was on. She saw a couple episodes that I was watching it while I was on, and she's like, oh, this is actually really good. Yes, it is. Oh, Sunday is football, football, football. Sunday is designated family day, too. That's the only day all of us have off together. But yeah, I got a busy week of not being busy, which can be busy in and of itself. Did I jam Fortnite with James on Sunday? So James has a Fortnite backpack, and I think I've been playing more Fortnite than he has. He saw that Clark Kent and Superman was available, and he had me playing because he wanted me to unlock Superman and Clark Kent. So I went on like a week to 10-day hiatus and realized there's a lot of children that play Fortnite because I think 10% of the time winning. The other like 90% I was in top 10. But I was leveling them up. I got to the point where I was just saying, how far can I hit a target from? And I was hitting like 1,000 feet plus. I was just getting stupid with sniper rifles because I was so bored. I was like, I'm just gonna run to the top of this mountain and try to hit things. So here's the funny thing, Pando. I don't build anything. I don't subscribe to building. Now I know all the best players like, oh, you have to build your own tower in your defense, and you have to build to get up building. No, you don't. That's distracting. It's not necessary. All of my wins I don't build anything. The only thing I'll ever build is occasionally I'll build a ramp to climb over a wall that I can't get up. Other than that, I never build anything. Never build anything. It's a waste of time. It's a pointless research hunt. And it also gives away your location on the map because it's obvious where you are once things start popping up out of nowhere. And great, continue building because I'm going to snipe you from across the hill because I just saw you build that to hide behind. So I don't subscribe to building anything. James just beat Halo. He just beat I don't remember which one. On Xbox One. Maybe Infinite? I think I took a picture of him with the end screen. No, that's him beating DC villains. Maybe I didn't. Oh. Yeah. There's him with the credit screen. 5? Oh, I guess it's 5 that he just beat. He would know, it's his. Halo 3 was amazing, Panda. You're absolutely right, bro. Halo 3 was an amazing game. The multiplayer was just dumb. I loved it. Yep, it took James a while. The quick resume feature on Xbox made it easy though, because he was able to just jump right back in. I played Halo like the original few, like probably 3, I think it was. Then I became a PlayStation person. Now that Bethesda is owned by Microsoft, I had to jump back to Xbox. And thanks to one of my followers at my old job, I was able to get one at cost when they were none in the world. What's going on, Brain? How you doing? I feel like it's been a while. Reach was good. I concur. Yeah. How long am I going to be on for? I don't know. Probably at least another hour and a half, maybe. Listen, I can pitch underhand if they need me. I will windmill for them. I can figure 8. That's about it. Overhand, my shoulder's dead. I'm old now. I'm like Mariano Rivera old. Right? That's basically it. Altuve. That way he can cheat for somebody else instead of the Astros. Still breaks my heart. I finally have a team that wins a championship and then I find out they cheated. It's my luck. I mean, listen, we know he hasn't been cheating for the last 4 seasons, 3 seasons. He's still a good ball player. It's just sad he's going to have that stigma. Only thing that can save him is if he pulls a Mark McGuire and just admits it. Thank you, Hoss. I used to be an insurance underwriter. My wife does basic adjusting. So go ahead, fire a question. I'll answer it. Going on, Benj? Benj, did you get my email? I emailed you. Oh, you're going to have to give way more information than that, buddy, without doxing yourself. Oh, I'm sorry, Benj. So define accident. And let me ask you this. Yeah, I mean, you can message Mrs. the Breaker if you want. It's going to depend on what state you're in. And it's going to depend on fault, which it sounds like if you're saying negotiate, it might be your fault. Not placing blame, just using my context clues. Here's what I'll tell you. See, it's hard without giving out information. Just message Mrs. the Breaker. Do a private message to her. She'll give you a free consultation. Freeway not at fault in California. You got rear-ended or they rear-ended you? You're saying not at fault, so I'm assuming they rear-ended you. By the way, any advice given is purely entertainment value. I'm not responsible for anything other than entertainment responses. And I'm also drinking alcohol, which means I'm impaired. So don't take anything I say for more than what it's worth. But I will answer your question exactly how I know how. It's my attempt at a legal disclaimer. They hit you? All right, get a lawyer. I'm going to stop you right there. If you got rear-ended on the freeway in California, get a lawyer. Period. Get a lawyer. Don't negotiate. Get a lawyer. Yeah, the lawyer's going to take 40%. First of all, I hope you're okay. Forgive me for not saying that first. Since you're here, I'm assuming you're at least okay. But get a lawyer. It's worth paying them 40% to have it done with. You can negotiate all you want, and the other person could just decide not to handle say, okay, yeah, I'll do that, and then ghost you. There's no legal standing for them to owe you anything. Pay the lawyers 40% to get 60 of it. See, look at Mrs. the Breaker. If you were rear-ended, and if you're actually injured, get a lawyer. It depends on the severity of your injury. She does deal with it every day. But just because it's a red flag for fraud doesn't mean they're not going to pay you. You just may have to jump through some hoops. There you go. She's adamant. She says, don't listen to me. She's got the license. I don't. Wow, Dangle. Baby number 6. Congratulations. I feel like this time last year I was congratulating you on baby number 5. Don't you have one that's 1? He's like, now I'm confused. DC's been drinking, but don't drinks tell the truth. What is the old saying? A drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts? Connor is 9 months old. There you go. I was going to say, I kind of remember you going, oh man, I got kid 5 on the way. I got to stop buying some stuff for a little while. Now it's like, dang it, how come you weren't there to sell me stuff? Now kid 6 is on the way. Listen, I mean, I don't know if it's a religious thing, but you can stop that. There's a very simple procedure, costs about $200. Kid 17 of 18. What's going on, Tony? How you doing? What's in the cup? Hold on, so that you can read it. I have to do this real quick. Let me give me a second. This and that. Oh, I'm always gonna get this. So I always get this wrong. Yeah, there it is. I got it right this time. Ah, Creepa, just get the snip snip, man. Listen, snip snip. Easy. Doesn't hurt. I mean, it feels like you got kicked in the junk. Goes away after 24 hours. I have plenty of friends who have had the procedure done. I love it. Agua? No. Blackbird hard cider. Water's my backup. The Browns and Raiders. I love it. I really hope the Browns do good. I really do. Sincerely, I do. They're due. So there you go. Nothing wrong with firing blanks. It works just the same afterwards. All of my friends were like, man, as soon as it happened, I just wanted to see if it still worked. It does. I'm like, oh, great. Listen, you know you don't need time off. It's outpatient. It's literally done at the doctor's office. You can go to work the very next day. Get it done at like 5 p.m. or whatever the opposite of your schedule is. You ice your marbles for 6-7 hours. Nice. Free tickets are great tickets. Love it. And then some ibuprofen, it's over. You can go to work. It is, they don't even use a knife anymore. They use a little, like, 2 pins. They stretch a little spot and go in there with a tiny tool, snip, snip, burn, burn, done. Dude, it's so easy now. It's not the archaic, old school way of doing it. Super easy. No stitches, nothing. I'm telling you. I have lots of friends who have it done. Like, I mean, I could probably name 5 people that I know who've had it done personally. Not to mention family members that had it done. Yeah, it's no time off anymore, man. No time off. So you have no excuse. There's no time off. Depending on your insurance, it could be free even. All you do is pay a copay. At kid number 6, I bet you it's covered by insurance. Nice. Very nice. Het partner is a good deal. And he was divorced within 2 years? Do you think one had to do with the other? Let me guess. 2 years later, his wife had a kid. That's why he was divorced? There you go. And most 10%? Yeah, it's cheap. Like out of pocket, you like seriously out of pocket, it's the procedure's like $250. Like out of pocket without insurance, it's cheap. Because I know at a younger age, one of my old Navy buddies had it done just because he didn't want to have stupid kids while he was in the Navy because he was irresponsible, and he was like $250. I was done. Ah, got it. I believe to do a private chat with Mel, you just click on her name and whisper. So, Tony, I would, but knowing where you live, it would cost you a fortune. Oh, I know, right? What are some of my favorite comics storylines? So, I was never a huge comic guy. I know that sounds weird considering what I do for a living. But how do I fix this? No, there we go. I was a huge, believe it or not, one of my favorite comic books is actually a DC comic, and I don't give DC enough props. Um, Vigilante was a fantastic comic book because it started under code and then it slowly went away from the code and dealt with like real issues. It was also one of the comic books where a lot of controversial things happen. I'm not going to get into because it would spoil the thing for you. But they were at that time fighting with the Punisher for popularity, and the Punisher basically won out. So they decided to delete the character in a pretty interesting way. So Vigilante is one of my favorite things because you can kind of relate to the guy. Aside from Vigilante, I liked the alternate universe where Wolverine lost his hand, where Cyclops lopped off Wolverine's hand. But his claws were in his forearm, so he actually surprised somebody with claws that they didn't know was there. That was fun. I'm old enough to remember Jubilee's origin and her origin story in the comic books. I was in, I think, elementary school or middle school. I think it was middle school when Jubilee was introduced. I thought that was awesome. Um, I like a lot of things that Marv Wolfman has done. I respect Marv Wolfman's storytelling. But that's it. I was more of a fan of just casually picking up a comic and reading it in the store. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of interested in seeing the Jackass Forever movie. I know I'm not going to be able to watch most of it because I can't stand when people injure themselves or throw up. It's just, to me, just pointless to look at because life is horrible enough as is. From the 90s cartoon, nothing wrong with that, man. That 90s cartoon was banging. There's going to be some references to the 90s cartoon in the Wolverine box that we're coming out with. Excuse me. It's carbonated, so I'm going to have a case of the burpees. I was not thrilled. We are not doing any sport at the moment. We are concentrating on non-sport for the time being. We need to have a meeting of the minds because the three of us need to get together and talk about how we are going to approach and pitch Fanatics. Since Fanatics is basically taking over the card universe in a couple of years, we need to have a plan in place, hopefully early. So we'll see. Hopefully, with Fanatics taking over everything but hockey, Upper Deck will be able to loosen their stranglehold on shipments. Do I agree with Fanatics taking over everything? No. I think there should be competition. I think the more companies that are in licensed cards. No, Panda. I can tell you with certainty there is no non-compete, and it burns their ass. They hate it. They are not happy that I was never given one. I can talk about that. And by the way, I'm speculating. I didn't have one. And I know the reason that they threw a tantrum earlier this year was because they realized I didn't have one, but it was too late. Yeah, there's a lot of people that threw away a lot of key issues. Unfortunately, nobody expected them to be. It's like old football cards. My dad used to put Joe Montana's rookie in his the spokes of his bike to sound like a motorcycle when he was riding it. Well, Pokemon cards, yep. Yeah. I'm telling you, a lot of people are kicking themselves in the tuchus about the Pokemon thing. Nobody saw that coming. So the Wolverine set that we're doing is based off of the autograph set from X-Men Origins. The movie was terrible, but there were some good actors in there. Ryan Reynolds' autograph will be in there. That's worth almost $1,000. It's between like 800 and $1,000. Hugh Jackman's auto's in there. That's worth between 600 and 800. Um, Leaf Schreiber, his autograph is in there. That's worth like 50, 60 bucks. There's a handful of known actors in there, paired up with Lee Cozy's amazing artwork. It's going to be nice. And let me tell you, it's going to be some surprises, namely one really big surprise that I can't talk about. But it's big, both literal and figurative. You know how we do. We like adding special bonuses. For us, it's about getting value to you. We have fun doing it. Ryan Reynolds' autograph is worth more than Hugh Jackman's. Yes, that is an actual fact, believe it or not. That particular set has a couple of examples that are available right now on eBay, and you will see Ryan Reynolds out prices Hugh. To be fair, Ryan Reynolds is hot right now. He's pumping out movie after movie, and Hugh is being more selective, spending time with his wife. Um, I mean, he just did a movie. Ryan might be worth a little bit more than the driver. The driver is a rare signer. Ryan is just a popularity machine right now. But they're comparable. They're pretty close. They're within like $100 of each other. What makes that driver so worthwhile is there was only two of them made. You have, I think, number 1 out of 2. Sorry, handling an email that just came in. No, Pando, no. He's been quiet. He's been he hasn't been bothered. He's actually been saying hello to me when I come home if he's outside. So I don't know, maybe he watches the show and realizes I talk about him. But yeah, he's a turd. I'm happy you got it, Brent. Well, my goal is to be entertaining. I mean, at the very least, I'll be thought provoking. I think it comes from the genuine fact that I'm excited about certain things. Yeah, that was the top prize, man. You definitely got the top prize. Almost sounded like Sammy Davis Jr. there. It's the top prize, man. Got the top prize. Dig it. Dig it. By the way, grew up a huge Rat Pack fan. Loved Dino. Dean Martin was my favorite of the group. Sammy was a close second. What is this? Well, that's better. Now I can see more of the chat. Aside from, so we were talking about Fortnite earlier. Aside from there, I actually have Call of Duty Cold War because I like playing online games. Now, typically, I hate playing other people, but I'm actually fairly good at the Call of Duty franchise since I've played them since their inception 15, 20 years ago. So I have been housing Nuketown 84 24/7, racking up my KD ratio. I didn't get Modern Warfare. I got Cold War because it was like $12 and I had a gift card that covered like 11 of it. So I paid like $1. Modern Warfare is still pretty close to full price, or has been. Now they're coming out with Vanguard. Vanguard's the next one. I would love to figure out, so this sound booth is on the second floor of my home. The Xbox is downstairs. I want to find a way, without having to move everything, to stream me playing, because you could watch me for hours. When I sit down and want to play, I'll play 4 or 5 hours if I'm not working, and if James has to go to bed. Yeah, I shouldn't say full price. It might be like 15% off or 20% off. They were doing it was like 70% off of Cold War with the launch of Vanguard, and I just had the gift card. Modern Warfare would have been more expensive. Yeah, Bolt, you'll have to do that, man. We'll have to go through it because, like, honestly, I could throw on. I have a headset. I have a Turtle Beach headset, so I can overlay my voice of me being hilarious and just ripping on people and screaming and yelling and being way, way cooler than that other dude. What's going on, man? How are you doing? Starting to get a stuffy nose. It might be getting warm in here. There we go. I think the only problem with me streaming gaming is I have to watch my mouth because I tend to swear a lot. Believe it or not, I'm a potty mouth. So listen, Pando, I have my moments at camping. It all depends on the situation. I like to play a lot of the team games. Like I used to, so back in the day, not recently, but I used to be a capture the flag fanatic. Um, no, it wasn't a bad movie, man. It was campy. Campy. But you see how many superstars are in that film? There's a lot of big names in that film. Yeah, Search and Destroy is camp appropriate. I used to do Capture the Flag. Now, most of the time, I was a runner. So my KD ratio would be like like negative point whatever. Like I would just be running. I would be running with a knife because fast as you could run. And I would be the flag capture. I would be the cap guy. So my KD ratio would get destroyed because I would always play capture the flag. So that when I would play like team deathmatch, it looked like I was awful. Because back then, you had one KD ratio. That was it. It wasn't separated by your gaming type. Now, in the new ones, each game has its own dedicated KD ratio. Back then it wasn't like that. So yeah, yep, a very young Keanu. Um, so I looked like garbage statistically because I was always choosing to be the capper. And I would cap uh, easily a couple of times. I was good for at least 2 caps per game, which is good. Capping is not easy. Usually you get 1 to 2 a whole, set. I would get like 2 a game. Um, but it destroyed my KD ratio because I would just be running into bullets. Like I would pick my plan to run, and that was the path I was taking, and I wasn't shooting back. I was simply running with the flag. So I would get murdered 100 times a game, and I'd kill nobody because my job wasn't to kill people. My job was to get the flag. So unfortunately, that KD ratio carried over, so I looked like I was awful. So I'd go into these team death matches, and people would see my KD ratio, and they'd like quit. Like, oh, I'm not playing with him. He's garbage. And then I'd go in and I'd like have a KD ratio of like 9 in a team deathmatch game and be like, yeah, I don't suck. So now that they do the individual KD ratios for each individual game, you can see how well I do team deathmatch versus domination or hardpoint, which I play a lot of hardpoint too. And I'm just smoking fools. I don't drop shot. I refuse to drop shot. The only time I'm laying on my stomach is if I have a sniper rifle. Do I like racing games? There's not many that I like. I like Mario Kart. Excuse me, it's actually late for me. I'm usually going to bed at about this time. No, I would have to unfortunately say no. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I loved it. Those are my go-to. I'm spending my time trying to do unlocks now. So I'm walking around Cold War and Warzone with a Tech 9. Yeah, I'm ready with you are. If you want to do it right now, we can do it. Just give me the go ahead. So Dan is here. Oh, I've played the crew. I have. My brother-in-law is a big fan. I bought it for him and have it myself. I have a Xbox One X or X. No, I have Xbox Series X, whatever the new one is. I just left PlayStation. I will not be buying any more Maddens until they stop reskinning it. They're a terrible company. What do you think of that? All right, everybody. So, besides the 2 that were sent to Australia, there was only 1 that remains. Dan ended up drawing. Dan, I'm sure you saw the video. You saw that you ended up with 22 out of 25. If not, if you go back to the numbering video, I actually randomed everything in a previous video. Yours is the last one. So the only 2 that are not accounted for are Joe's in Australia. So we'll see what you ended up with. But good luck, friend. Here we go. Epic Mystery Box Interstellar 21 Sig Series number 2 box 22 out of 25 from DCD Collects, dcdcollects.com. Let's get it. Well, the good news is Jedi Academy, may the force be with you. Oh no. Well, there's the one that our dear friend Doug was looking for. 1 of 1 original Lee Cozy Qui-Gon Jinn. That is gorgeous. Doug has been madly in love with this sketch card. Don't be surprised if Doug reaches out to you and tries to buy it from you because he has been enamored with this sketch right there. And that is going to match up with none other than Sacy Tin. Now, that itself is numbered 1 out of 8. So not only do you have the 101 sketch, you have a low numbered Sacy Tin auto. Yeah, so there's Lee. Told you, one of Doug's favorites. So this one was actually funny. We had to research this card because we couldn't figure out who the autograph was. Because apparently this person was played by 2 different actors. One of them died, and somebody else took the place. We couldn't figure out if this was the dead guy's auto or the guy that replaced him. I don't know if we ever found the answer. But there you go, man. You've got Doug's favorite card right there. And believe me, it is way nicer in person than my camera can give it credit for. So good job, Lee, and congratulations, Dan. Dan, I will have this in the mail tomorrow for you. I will get it a tracking number tonight, and I will have it in the post office tomorrow. Congratulations, bud. See, there you go. Good things come to those who wait. And thank you. No Chrome cards. So the ones that have your art in them, your art is the bonus. Your art is, well, I shouldn't say the bonus. Your art is basically the main attraction that everyone wants. But your art just would go with the auto. Only the non-art cards got something with them. Nope, stickers. That is the get in and of itself. Yeah, he does good stuff. I'm not just saying that because he's here. I'm saying it because it's true. So I'm wondering, let me go back and take a look. I think now that we've seen that one, I can determine what Joe, if Joe, got on any of those sketches. Now, I'm not going to say which one I figure it out to be. But I think there's one that I didn't see. That's right. Derek's like, it's trash. We're here for the autos. You're here because I signed the shipment sheets. Sometimes my autograph gets attached to your product. Fool. Where is... I've seen my art. I know what my art is. He just wants the chrome cards and autos. I get it. All right, is there one I don't think I've seen? Yes. Yep. I believe Joe is going to end up with one of the cozy art cards based on, I believe, yep, I believe yes. I think I know exactly everything he's going to get. Yeah, I'm not going to say it out loud, but process of elimination, I know exactly what Joe got, and Joe is going to receive a Lee Cozy sketch card. Mike said, finish the superhero set, all 16 in hand, only have about 50 extra. Yeah, the Warwick Davis was gotten. Pando, they go for 150. No, Lee. One of them wasn't pulled, which means I know it's in going to Australia. I can tell you exactly which one it is in the Discord if you really want to know. So Panda, they're 150 a box. We only make 25 boxes. You have to go to dcdcollects.com. The next run we're doing is a Wolverine run, and when I say Lee Cozy outdid himself, you don't even want to know. You don't want to know. Let it be a surprise, because if I tell you now, we'll sell out of them before we even make them, and that's just no fun. That's all I'm going to say about that. League has like happy hands sometimes. Like the shitty. Well, that's none of them, Lee. Thanks, Hoss Hoss. Oh, that's so funny. the shitty one. None of them are bad. Uh-oh, Dangle. You know what he did. Yeah, it's bonkers. The Wolverine one is going to probably sell out in. So the first Star Wars one sold out in 24 hours. Right, Creepa? The second one sold out in 8 days? No. 6 days. I'm gonna wager the Wolverine sells out in 48 hours. So, Panda, typically it's 10 sketch cards randomly inserted in 25 boxes. And those sketch cards are related to the autograph that is in the boxes, because every box, I believe, has an autograph. So for the Star Wars ones, every sketch matches the autograph. They're custom made by Lee. These weren't just bought by Lee in bulk. We sat down with Lee and we said, here's this. What do you think will go with it? And Lee's infinite knowledge of the Star Wars universe were able to customize these together. Oh, yeah, they are. Mike, believe me, there's some that you may not know about that I've seen in the sneak peeks that I'm not allowed to show anybody because there are surprises there. I believe so. I believe the Wolverine is going to be at the same one. it's Lee's like 10. Oh no, I didn't count right. This one I'm not going to tip my hand yet, but this one may have more than 10. I'm not going to tip my hand. But typically 10 out of the 25 have sketches. More information will actually be coming soon. As a matter of fact, it reminds me, I got to text Doug and Trevor. Both of them are very, very busy right now. Um, but we need to have a conversation about some future stuff because I got to get back out to California again. I got to take the trip out. I got to do at least 4 days to pound out a bunch of sets. So, and widen the breadth of our subjects. Mike, I'm telling you, just simply for the chance of getting a Ryan Reynolds auto, or I mean, if you think about it, 2 out of the 25 are going to be $600 plus hits. I mean, I have half a mind to split the set. One 125 run, the master hit is Hugh. The other 25 run, it's Ryan Reynolds. But because the rest of the autographs in the set are just not high resale, it would be doing you guys a disservice. So that's why we decided to put everything into one. By putting both of those in one, I mean, honestly, any other company would just pick one of them to be their headliner and be done with it. We're not any other company. We're going to put what would be 2 runs worth of hits into one set to make sure you guys get your value. And Lee did his part. And then some. You guys will see. When we make the announcement, trust me, these are not going to last. They're not going to last. They're not. No. Any fan of Wolverine, it's a given. Any casual fan of X-Men, it's a given. Honestly, if you're a Lee Cozy fan, this should also be a given because this is some great stuff too. There's one particular sketch in here that he did that I might have to offer you money for. Panda, yeah, I usually will do the announcement on one of my shows, either Friday or Saturday. And usually, like the first time I made the announcement, it was sold out in 24 hours. The second time I made the announcement, I had some things going on, so I didn't get to do a real full big announcement. But the day that I numbered the boxes on last Thursday, or I should say last Thursday, when I numbered the boxes, within an hour of numbering those boxes, I was basically sold out. Booklet cards are amazing. I want to figure out a way to make some where we can have a card on one side and Lee's sketch on the other, but encapsulate it in its own booklet. And a surprise. That is true. The surprise is dope. It is as epic as the Tony Young autographed poster. Actually, it's more epic, but I can't get into any more details. Anyway. But yeah, we got to get with them. I got to get to California again. I got to start building some more stuff. Surprise is an understatement. Yeah. Oh, Dangle, look at you. I love you, buddy.
Wow.
Wow. Doot, 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 doot. Dangle doing dangle things, and I love him for it. Isn't he a nice guy? He's a nice fella. I do. I actually do want to see it. I heard Shang-Chi was one of the best films that they put out. I don't have a lot of free time. So it wouldn't be until next week that I'd even have the possibility or the specter of seeing it. But it is definitely going to be seen. I haven't missed a Marvel movie yet. It's funny. So that little sketch of that I was doodling just to joke around and mess around with, my son James found that sketch. He's like, "Oh my God, Daddy, this is so good. Is that me?" I was like, "Yes, James, that is you." He's like, "This is so good. I'm gonna hang this on the fridge." So he ran it downstairs and hung it on the fridge. He was impressed. If I can impress my son, my 5-year-old son, then I've succeeded. Now, did it stay on the fridge? No, but that's okay. I don't mind. But yeah, that was funny. Dad, is this me? As a matter of fact, it is. As a matter of fact, it is. It's so good. Like, thank you, buddy. He was really evaluating the art. He's like, it's really good. You got it, dude. I have to work tomorrow, so I'll be cutting this. I'll be bringing this to an end shortly. It is at noon, so I do get to sleep in a little bit. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? What? You're not. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in here. What's on your face? What'd you get into? Oi, go. You're not supposed to be in here. The dog is not supposed to be in here. Lee's like, did it stay on the fridge? No, the fridge was brushed aluminum, not steel. Fell right off. It's a big brain joke. He's I don't think I can put him on camera. What? He's too big for me to lift. He's 55 pounds. What? And if I moved the if I move the camera, you'll see that I'm not wearing pants. Thank you, Dangle. Oh, me too, Brent. I agree. Oh, hold on. Vigo. Vigo. Come here, buddy. Vigo. So that is what a Norwegian elkhound looks like. Vigo, you derping? What's up with that? Okay.
I'm in the room. That's why he's staring at me. Hey, buddy.
Oh God, that's so high. Oh God, that's so low. Yo, yeah, that shows my moobs off. We don't want to see moobs. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna use this button. There we go here. And we'll do, oh yeah. Hide the gut. There it is. Okay. My dog is, oh, so it's actually not a husky. That is a Norwegian elkhound. Norwegian elkhound. Hold on, I have a reverb here because somebody's listening to my show with full volume on, literally standing next to me. Literally standing next to me, which makes it impossible for me to concentrate. You are, she is a stalker. It's actually a true fact. Yeah, she's more creeper than Sean. So it's a Norwegian elkhound. Norwegian elkhounds are absolutely terrible pets if you live in the city because they bark at everything. And their barks can be heard for up to a mile away because they were hunting dogs for the Vikings. They would corner bears and moose and elk and bark and corner them so that the hunters could come hear them, kill them, and get the meat. I've slimmed down to 220. I'm trying to get to 205. Yeah, DC the Breaker sleeping on the couch, brought to you by DC the Breaker. No, listen. A bat can't fart in this house without that dog hearing it at 2 a.m. and barking and waking up the entire house. Honestly, he might not be here much longer. He may have to go to a relative or a friend because he's a bit loud for this house. So we may trade him in for a smaller model or maybe a few cats. Attack cats.
We are willing to drive to Pennsylvania or Ohio.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, unfortunately, he's. I mean, I can't say he's a good dog because I don't like dogs. But he does what he's supposed to do. He does what he's supposed to do. Unfortunately, we just didn't realize how much the barking would be and how loud it would be and how sensitive he would be to said barking. And oh my God, do they chew. Norwegian elkhounds will literally chew the frame off your door. Literally. But anyway, how about a hamster? An attack hamster. I want a shark with freaking laser beams on his head. DC the Breaker sleeping on the couch, brought to you by Mrs. the Breaker, done putting up with his crap. Oh, Creepa, I agree, man. Gotta get healthy, dude. And that's cool. See, that's what I like about cats. Cats are like, oh, you're getting attacked? I'm going to eat you if you die. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Cats know that. Plus, cats don't have to scratch up a door to let you know that it has to poop. They just go in the bucket in the corner. So, Norwegian elkhounds do not do well with other animals. They are single solitary. You can't, unless it's other Norwegian elkhounds and they grew up with each other, You really can't mix Norries with anything else. I mean, I did a lot of research on the dog. I knew what we were in for. I just didn't really understand how much the barking would be. Shock collars don't work. He will bark right through the shock collar. Doesn't care. Doesn't bother him one bit. Is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to go put him down as much as sometimes I wish I could. That's not humane. I'm going to get him to a good home. Probably get another dog later down the road. But definitely cats. I would be like crazy cat guy. I would build the catwalks around the tops of like rooms and like cut out holes in the tops of rooms so they could like enter rooms from their own door. I think that would be cool because cats are awesome. Oh, my disorganized office is me shipping things. Anyway, it is 10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna go. I have to work tomorrow, and I do want to get a little bit of time with Jimmy and Mrs. the Breaker, since I haven't seen them all day. Listen, thank you for tuning in, all 15 of you. I appreciate the fact that you spent your time on a banging Friday night to hang out with me. I will be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I will be back on at 9:30. 9:30. We will do Fugs, the Fairly Unknown game show. Be sure to come back for that. It is fully interactive on your computer and your phone, and it is fun. Everybody has fun with Fugs. Who doesn't like getting Fugs? Anyway, yes, thank you. I love each and every one of you. That hasn't changed. It never will. And again, take care of yourselves and each other because nobody else is going to look out for you. So please, be safe. Take care. I love you guys dearly. I don't get to do this without you. Otherwise, it's just me staring at a blank wall with nobody to see. So I appreciate you for spending your time with me and doing your part to make this great. So I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you. Hey, Lee. Lee, are you live? Oh, wait, you're in the hotel. You're probably not live. I was going to say, if he was live, we'd go raid him. But I'm realizing as I say it out loud, he's probably not live since he's in his hotel. So no raids tonight. We're just going to end it. Again, love you.